Fact that the first change that takes place is in your mind. You have to change your mind before you change the way you live and the way you move. So when we said that the revolution will not be televised, we were saying that that the thing that's going to change people is something that no one will ever be able to capture on film.
I'm going to be very blunt with you. The world we live in is full of idiots. And you may be one of them. But hold up. I may be one too. You see, stupidity has an infectious-like nature that spreads and plagues the people that come in contact with it. When you interact with a stupid person or come across a stupid statement, three things can happen. One, you could be stupid too and just agree with whatever they are saying. Two, you can confront them head on and call them out on their stupidity. Or three, you can listen and ponder on what they say and make a decision on whether to engage with them or not. I would recommend the third option, and most of you probably would too. But most of y'all are probably lying. How do I know this? Because most of you get triggered by stupidity every day. Whether it be at your job, day-to-day life, or even at home, we are bound to get hit with a piece of stupidity. And when you do, what happens? You either agree like a dummy or be a bully towards their opinion. And guess what? That makes you stupid too. Now, I might sound hypocritical, but understand when I'm talking about stupidity, I'm actually referring to ignorance. You see, ignorance is simply a lack of knowing or awareness. And that is exactly where the pain starts. A lack of awareness is the root cause behind the unnecessary pain and suffering we go through in this world. Let's unpack this. Going back to my first example of encountering stupidity, we had three options. Two of the three options were knee-jerk reactions and required no mental activity. The last one is the only one that requires awareness and contemplation. Objectively, it's the hardest because it requires the most brain power. The ability to respond and not react is a skill that we all need to work on. And in this ability, knowledge, compassion, understanding, and ultimately love begins to grow. Because our awareness is the catalyst for our growth. The more aware we are, the more we can do. When we lack awareness is when the pain begins. Think about it. All the things we suffer from come from our inability to see it for what it is. When you're sick, physically or mentally, you go to a medical professional to do what? Seek awareness. When you can't figure out a problem, what do? Seek awareness. When you have trouble breaking a habit, what do? Seek awareness. The first step in helping yourself is understanding what you are up against. Then when you know what you are up against, you can effectively attack it. But fighting a blind battle can cause trauma, overexertion, fatigue, and sorrow. It's not effective. And when we circle back to stupidity, you can see that most dumb takes stem from a lack of awareness. Being prejudiced comes from a lack of awareness. Minimizing and overscaling things come from a lack of awareness. Stereotyping comes from a lack of awareness. Narcissism comes from a lack of awareness. Even malice comes from a lack of awareness. That's why two of my favorite quotes is, "Don't confuse ignorance for malice, and if you knew better, you would do better." If someone was truly aware of the impact and reasoning behind the examples I gave before, they would never agree to it. You see, I've gotten to the point in my life where I've become very indifferent to many people and many topics. And it's not because I'm numb to these things, but it's because I refuse to take a stance on something I have no awareness of. That would make me stupid. And most people only debate these stupid things for the sake of doing it. They may not even believe their stances, they just don't want to be wrong. They would rather be wrong and strong than to accept defeat. And that is just a lack of awareness. Your awareness, or lack thereof, will be a crucial guide to your navigation of life. It's important that you take time to increase it as much as possible. Here's how I would do it if I had to start from day one. I would start by reading The Map of Consciousness by Dr. David R. Hawkins. In my opinion, this is one of the greatest spiritual/self-help books of all time. This enlightenment scale that you always see on social media It's actually called the Map of Consciousness, and it was created by him. Enough said. This book literally breaks down each level of consciousness / awareness down to a T, while also giving techniques and insights on how one person reaches each level and the pros and cons of being at each level. Your search for awareness will be more than satisfied from reading this alone, but if you wanted to read more of his, I would suggest Power versus Force and Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender. Both are excellent reads. After reading these, I would have a solid foundation, and I would be pretty much good to go, but I would do one more thing as well. I would start to practice slowing down my responses to people. This is very simple in theory, but can be hard to catch yourself in the moment. You see, the point of this is to give yourself room for thought, contemplation, and authenticity. Knee-jerk responses can feel robotic to others and ingenuine, so by taking the time to respond, you train yourself to be more in control of your life as you are taking an element of your power back that you usually give away by being reactive. Stupid people react. Smart people respond. You make the choice on who you want to be. Remember that awareness is just consciousness. How conscious you are is simply reflective of who do you think you are. And whatever your answer to that is will dictate your life. Just ask Kanye who he thinks he is.
And we got this other thing that's also been working for a long time where you don't have to be racist anymore. It's called self-hate. It works on itself. It's like real estate of racism. Where just like that, when someone comes up and says something like, I am a god, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
I'd like to make you stay. I'd like, if you don't know.